Hi, welcome, I'm Lydia, this is Josie. Today we're going to show you how to make the most delicious herby fish cakes. You may be sitting at home thinking, why bother making fish cakes, a terrible faff. They're a little bit messy, I admit, but they are so good when they're homemade, and like many of our other recipes that we've been showing you, they freeze, and so when you have one of those awful days where everything's gone pear-shaped and you get home and you realise there's nothing for supper, you can whip them out of the freezer, shove them in the oven, cook them from frozen, and that's a fantastic supper ready for you. So to begin with, we're going to poach the fish. Poaching is when you cook something in a liquid. So I've got my lovely fish here, and I'm going to put it actually in a frying pan. A metal frying pan like this is invaluable because you can either use it on your hob or pop it in the oven, and they just, I think, work really well. So fish in your pan, failing that in an oven-proof dish. Just cover them with water, and we're going to put them in the oven to cook. While they're cooking, we're going to show you some lovely footage of Josie, who went to our really fantastic local fishmonger and learnt how to spot the difference between old fish and really fresh fish, so what you should really look out for when you're buying fish. So Harry, when I'm looking for fish, how do I know what's really fresh? What should I be looking out for?
I'll start off with your sea bass. Your sea bass, as you can see, real nice, bright and shiny. The eyes are really, really bright. If they are old, or let's say not so fresh, the eyes go very, very dull. You get quite a mist, like a fogginess to it. The shininess sort of goes, you get a real, I'm trying to explain it like that.
Yeah,
you lose
so
your
I can
shininess
see
there.
when you do that, yeah.
And also your gills, you're looking for your redness in the gills, and then your redness around the lips. That's basically the blood just being in it still, where the ice hasn't got to it and washed all the blood out. So that's on that one. You've also, a good idea is on your plaice. These plaice come fresh in this morning. Again, you're looking for the blood around the outsides and the actual meat itself.
That's a good sign, you see. I might be put off by that.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
People, like you say, put off by it, but it shows how fresh it is because the blood hasn't had a chance to run out. Again, it's quite a nice, bright, shiny sort of colour. Again, these go very, very dull when they're past their best, let's say. Like I say, your cod, that's got your bright, nice, bright shininess to it. And even that basically looks like it's coming to life on the counter. You know, you can almost say it's fresh.
It's a real plumpness.
Yeah, definitely.
It all looks fantastic. Hi, welcome back. So we've had great fun, didn't we? Looking at the fish, and we really know what to look for now, so that we are getting the best product, something really fresh and super. While you've been away, Josie has mashed the potatoes, and they're in here with our cooked fish and lots of fantastic herbs, which make them this lovely green colour.
Why do we add herbs?
Herbs, not only, as you can see, I've added for colour, also add a lot of flavour. I've used a mixture here of chives and parsley and this lovely dill. Dill has a very light, slightly aniseedy flavour. But you can just add parsley, you can just add chives, whatever you've got. These are fresh ones which you can add in great quantity. If you do use dried, just don't go overboard with them because they can be rather strong. Now, are you going to get messy or should I get messy?
I will.
You'll get messy, great. So, you want to make a nice cake shape like this, and it's really easy to do with your hands. If you grab a handful, you might want to wet your fingers, it does help a bit. Do you have a go together? And then just start moulding them. We seem to be going in for messy jobs at the moment, don't we? So,
do you have to use these types of potatoes, or can you use others?
well, this is what you need is a floury potato, and a floury potato, as it cooks, doesn't get too wet and mashes really beautifully to make a light mash. So the best ones that I like to use are King Edward's or Maris Piper's, so the big main crop potatoes. You can, if you prefer, as I think Josie's is going slightly more than mine, make sort of balls rather than cakes if you want. So once you've moulded all your fish, your next part is all the egging, the flouring and the crumbing. Again, you're just going to face it, you're going to get a little bit dirty. Oops. But it's all going to be worth it. So, hey, that's a bit of a mean one. Who's that for, Daddy or me?
Daddy.
Oh, well he'll only eat 4 then, you know what he's like about fish cakes. They're also really nice fish cakes if you've got small children. As the children were growing up, they were one of the first things that we could all sit down and eat because they're not very strongly flavoured. And so for once you can all sit down at a meal together and all be eating the same thing, which is bliss when your mother who's used to cooking 2 meals for every 1 meal. So you break those eggs up for me. Just going to get rid of this.
Where am I putting the eggs?
That's rubbish. The eggs in there. When you're dealing with something like mashed potato, you will need a lot of seasoning, and potatoes absorb a lot of flavour. So don't be shy with the salt and pepper. Right. Haven't dropped egg all over the floor. No?
Do I need
Yep, give them a good beat. Try not to let it all come out. I've probably overdone the amount of eggs, but our dogs will love licking out the bowl afterwards. And get rid of the mesh.
Is that done?
Right, perfect. And now the fun begins. Which bit do you want to do? Shall I show you what to do?
Yeah.
So, first of all, into the flour. And that
Why
goes...
do you put them in all this?
Ah, well, we're really wanting to give them a lovely crispy coating because we're going to fry them. If you just fried them without the flour and egg and the crumb on, then they're very nice, but you don't have that lovely crisp coating. This way, they do get very crisp, and also that's really nice as you're eating with the soft potato and fish to have that crisp exterior, and I think it makes them just look a lot more attractive. Potato in a frying pan will stick, so these are great. You can fry them now to give them some colour and then drain them on kitchen paper, and once they're cool, freeze them in batches and then just use straight from the freezer. And if you hate fishy frying smells as I do, and again you've got one of our metal frying pans, you can always cook them in the oven, and that does cut down on smells. Perfect. I think I'm going to egg and crumb you in a minute. I'm just going to heat the oil up. So as you're cooking them, you'll need to cook them 5 to 6 minutes each side till they're golden and crisp, and just turn them over carefully with something like this fish slice or a palette knife. Remember to have a grown up with you when you're frying, because you have to be careful. Great, these are done. Just going to pop them on the kitchen paper to drain, and then we'll cook off the next batch. If you're making them in a batch that you've got lots of people to eat them, do like this, leave them to drain on kitchen paper and put in a medium oven. Fantastic. And then, now we've just got to make some decisions. What do we eat them with? Do we go with lemon, ketchup, Some of the family prefer mayonnaise and mango chutney. I mean, the decision's yours. Sweet chilli. What are you going to have? Ketchup. Why am I not more surprised? Do you want to grab yourself a plate?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Herby fish cakes. A little bit of seasoning. A little bit of lemon.
Yes.
Yes, please. And a little bit of ketchup. Then she's not as bad as her sister who used to have ketchup sandwiches at school. That looks good.
It does.
Careful, it will be hot. Enjoy? Good.
It's really good.
Great. Right, I'm just finishing off the last batch, but I hope you enjoy your fish cakes when you make them, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Very nice. That was lovely. The last one was brilliant. The first two were good, but not as good as the last one. Thank you very much. It was worth the rehearsal.